Weslaco. How are we doing over there?
Thank you so much again for the invitation. And one of the set of instructions that we were given was to talk a little bit about our annual reports. And so April is here with us. We brought about 25, not enough for everybody to look at, but we certainly have these that we can hand out and go through quickly. But I won't go through the entire page, but some of the important highlights, and first and foremost, we always like to put at front and center our leadership in Weslaco, and that includes not just our board of directors, but it includes our city government. I mean, I think having the kind of decision-making at the top level helps filter down to the bottom. So when we attend functions throughout the region, whether we're recruiting locally in the state or we recruit outside the state, we are always hand in hand with our board members and our city elected officials that go with us. And so we're excited about having strong leadership in Weslaco. A lot happening with us as well. When we talk about the expansion of the entire region, we're all growing, we're all seeing phenomenal growth. The fact that when you measure the city or the region, Weslaco in the Mid-Valley lands pretty much right in the middle. And so everything is kind of closing in on us, and we're benefiting that in so many ways. We all understand economic development, and if you're growing in all three sectors, that's really the prime thing to be able to see. And so we're able to say that we've got large growth in our retail. If you travel through the expressway from McAllen Far to Harlingen, you'll see ground turning and buildings going up all along the expressway. We have 5 projects going on currently where you see buildings going up, earth moving, big moving machinery going in Weslaco. And so our commercial industry is growing, but that's partnered with our residential growth. Victor talked about paperwork. I came with plenty of it also. Again, I won't go through these each individually, but one of the things that we do track is we do track our residential growth. And so we plot the growth within our community to see the type of subdivisions, the amounts of housing. We went up alone, for example, apartment complexes from last year to this year, 964 last year to 1,906 this year. And so what's happening in Weslaco is we're finding more families taking up less square footage, which eventually means that income that family is generating is also going to circulate within our economy. And so we've got the residential growth as well, and industrial growth is happening coincidingly as well. So we are opening our second industrial park. It's roughly 150 acres, and we're about 65% complete with the infrastructure. And part of that growth is already happening as well. So we brag a lot about Glazier's Beer and Beverage choosing Weslaco as their distribution site. So along with the construction of the roads and the sewer and water, the infrastructure, we already have a pad site for Glazier's, 6-inch concrete. It's very impressive, 253,000 square feet. We have a second 10-acre lot that we're still under a non-disclosure, but I can tell you they're in distribution, and it's not Federal Express. So imagine the other. And so we're excited, and then we're in Brown, so that might be another hint there. But we're really excited to be in a position to have all 3 sectors of the community growing equally, because we feel that that's the best way to structure a growing economy. There's certainly a lot to talk about. We've got at least several brands coming into Weslaco. We're certainly not the first in region because there's great development in the Far McAllen and area. But those same brands are realizing that there's a market further east, and they continue to grow in the other direction. And they're coming to us first in some cases before they go further east. Before they decide to go to Harlingen or Brownsville, they're stopping in Weslaco as well because they're seeing our growth. We're about to put out a commercial that flies over the city of Weslaco, and just in the last 2 years, you'll be able to see drops of all the different choices that have been made to come to Weslaco because of our growth. Anytime that we attend conferences, we take information like this, and what we do is we have at least 16 locations here, but with a QR code, You can find out the realtors' listings. So we come very prepared with paperwork. We're excited about what's happening in Weslaco, and we're here to entertain any questions as we go through the process.
Thank you so much for that update.